I, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, hereby command that you do not listen or subscribe to the Dragon Ball 4 Life podcast. Whatever you do, would you defy royalty? No! Bye!
Anime. You threw me off my groove. You know what? We gonna keep that. We gonna keep that in here. We gonna keep all of this. We gonna keep all this because you know what? This is a special interview. So I feel like it deserves a special introduction. Because you know it's Friday, and you know what that means. We have another challenger that has decided to answer the Dragon Call. And typically when we have Dragon Call episodes, we like to give you guys like a truncated version of the intro so that we can just jump in and speak directly to our guests, you know, because you know who we are. But we like to shed the spotlight on our guests. But this next guest is someone who is has become very near and dear to the DB4L family in a very short amount of time. I like to refer to her affectionately as just the girl version of me and Trav. Trav refers to her as the Universe 6 equivalent to me and Travis's Universe 7. So I don't want to shortchange her and give her the short version of the intro. I want to give her the full DB4L experience because she is our DB4L sister, our sister in arms, so to speak. So we just going to do the whole thing. She's going to get the whole one because it makes sense because there's a particular nickname that I call Trav that bleeds right well into who she is. But enough from me. Let's get to it. Welcome, lifers. Anime, we have your attention, please, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball 4 Life, where you come for the content, but you stay for the culture. That's right. We talking about Goku and Soul Food. We talking about Ichigo with our Ichi bros. We them outlaw stars, giving you them outlaw bars, preaching the good word on all things nerd. As always, we are your hosts, the Fusion Dance Dons, aka the Mongods. I am Brojita, the Prince of all sayings, Mr. Matthew Porter, aka Matty Ice, here with my counterpart, the Oob to my Majin Buu. Hold on to that, guys. My Den Day one, going from the lookout to the cookout of Mr. Troto Trav. Talk to the people, Trav.
Well, you know me. I stay chilling and I love thy women like Krillin.
Yes, he does.
And you know,
yes,
sometimes some cars push to start, but I don't need them because I am Super Saiyan sharp.
Super.
And you know what?
Saiyan
we
sharp.
Also, sometimes people like to drink. Sometimes people like to smoke that piff. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm Super Saiyan Smith.
The boy did that. The boy did that. But I wanted to do the full intro for the lifers because week in and week out, I often refer to Trav as the Oob to my Majin Buu. We like to say here that I create the chaos and Travis controls it. But that nickname is super appropriate today for our super special guest. She is a TikTok influencer, if one would say, and a video creator legend. You know, a sister in the Dragon Ball lore fandom. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pride and pleasure to introduce to you Miss Majin. Snaps all around. Snaps all around. How are you today? How are you today,
I'm
Miss
good.
Majin?
Good afternoon.
I'm good. Good afternoon. Yes.
She's in the future right now for everybody who wants to know.
Yeah. Coming straight from the hyperbolic time chamber.
Let's
Or the
make sure
past.
Zamasu isn't listening to this because he may try to enact the Zero Mortal plans again.
Again, it worked out. I mean, technically, it worked.
No, he won.
Technically, he won. Who just gave
fuck
up on that
ending.
universe.
You know how I feel.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll come up.
No doubt. No doubt.
Miss Majin,
no doubt.
we are super excited to have you on. Before we kind of get into it, we just kind of like want to use this moment for you to, you know, shed the spotlight on yourself. Just tell the people who you are, how you got here, how Dragon Ball Z has influenced your life, and then what made you want to become Miss Majin.
Oh, damn. I mean, how has Dragon Ball influenced me so much, as probably everyone listening would feel the same, and you guys probably feel the same. It's just, I remember being that 16-year-old girl, you know, watching it. We used to get it on DVD, so it was like uncut because, you know, they used to like cut
The
like,
good stuff.
When they showed it on TV, it was like you'd see, you know, Goku screaming towards Frieza, and then next thing, Frieza's on the ground and you don't know what the hell happened in between. So, you know, we used to get the uncut versions and the violence and all the fun.
The blood.
The eye blood. Everybody always bled from the eye. That's how you knew it was a good fight when it had the eye blood.
yeah. Toriyama seems to be like a sucker for the eye blood or the mouth blood. I don't know.
Yeah, that one little drool blood piece always goes there.
For real. But yeah, I mean, like back then, I just fell in love with it, like massively. And I almost refused to watch any other anime thereafter, when Z finished. So it's safe to say that it impacted me pretty heavily. And, I mean, what made me want to become Miss Majin? Damn, like, I had to think of a handle for, like, I do some streaming, I play Tekken a bit, and I had to think of a handle, and I was like, what am I? Like, what am I? How do I, portray my personality in, like, a name? That's not obviously like my real name, my government name. So I thought, well, Dragon Ball is in my soul. It lives in my soul. And I'm a female. So I kind of put those two things together.
Makes sense.
It just made sense. And then, and then it's Miss Majin. And I thought, I really identify personally with the whole Majin side of Vegeta and that kind of thing. So it seemed like a no-brainer.
What a great arc.
When was the first time you've ever put an M on your forehead?
Today.
After this.
Right before I turned my camera on, I had to wipe it off.
Right.
I put it on with makeup before, but I wiped it off because it looked weird.
She said it's actually tattooed on my forehead. I just cover it up with concealer.
Yeah, just a
for professional endeavors. I just cover it up. Hilarious. But it's funny because like your name is like what automatically caught my attention. So you picked a great handle because once I saw your handle,
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, not only that, but it's like it's catchy. It rolls off the tongue, and it's just like, oh, that's clever. I find that like the most simple names that is just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Those are the names that like resonate with everybody else. Like puns and plays on words are always good, but it's just like low hanging fruit. So super random aside, just the way the universe works. But so I have two daughters and they were just watching like Sam and Cat before I unceremoniously kicked them out of my room so I could do this recording with you guys. And they was watching an episode that had to do with like hair dye, and like the name of the company was like Everybody Dies. And it's just like, I did that parallel, just like that's such a easy name to think of. It's just like, oh yeah, of course that's what your name should be. So like when I saw your IG,
is that a kid? That's a kid show.
Yeah, I know, right? Kinda not really. Nickelodeon, Trav full circle. We bring everything back.
You're right. They did always have adult themes sprinkled in within their shows.
So like when your name popped up, on like that, like people that you might want to follow in section on the DB4L IG page, I was just like, just off the name before I clicked anything, and your Avi, I was just like, following this page, don't know what it is, but I'm gonna follow it. But then when I opened up your page, the first video that I had seen was like your introduction to like how we all were introduced to Future Trunks, who is Trav's favorite character. And just like your first sentence, like, just imagine Traving through the galley ready to bust a cap in someone's ass. And I was just like, oh, I like this lady. Like, she's us. Like, this is us. Because, me and Trav, we often talked about here, our love of anime, obviously like extends just past like childhood and, being in that bunny quote role. Like, what is a nerd now in 2023? It's all the same. The nerds, the cool kids, the athletes, like it's all blended. But, when we talked about this in our pre-con interview, like people who cover this content aren't really like, I guess, sociable, like for lack of a better word, or like maybe they don't have other interests outside of anime, and it kind of, it comes across like in their speech. Like you can tell like they're not speaking to a wider audience, like they're speaking to like a very specific audience, which was what it was back in the day. But it's like now with more casual fans or more fans who want to come in, it's like they don't necessarily get all the jargon. So like hearing you talking about busting a cap in somebody's ass as it relates to Frieza flying through the galaxy, I immediately connected, and I was like, oh, like this is why we do this, like to catch people's attention who aren't as obsessed with this as we are. So that was a very long-winded way of me saying that you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate
keep doing what you're doing. And I guess the question in there is, you know, me and Trav being people of color, that was a big reason why we wanted to create this platform for, you know, like underrepresented people to have people that they can listen to and watch that like look like them, speak like them, or like relatable, to be like, hell yeah, like DB4L, I love DB4L. Like it made me feel comfortable talking out loud about like, you know, anime characters or just nerd stuff in general. For you with your delivery and like how it is very relatable to the everyday nerd, like what made, when you decided to get into this content creation game, what made you want to be like, you know what, I want to present this in like not a super analytical way or like a super like exclusive, because I know all the knowledge that I'm going to kind of like ostracize people who don't know as much. Like what made you want to be like kind of more open in your delivery to the content?
So I think like what you see is me. That's my personality. I don't sort of filter it or put any, you know, the captions that I use and the videos that I'm producing at the moment, you know, they're me, they're my personality. So for me, it was like, how can I do this and actually enjoy it? Because if I'm going to try and be something else or fit into a mold, or, you know, you see a lot of YouTube videos where people are really breaking things down and they're getting very analytical, and yes, that's enjoyable. But I don't necessarily enjoy doing that, or I wouldn't enjoy producing that. So, you know, it was like, okay, I want to put this out there. I love it a lot. And if they like it the way I like it, then that's great. And I think that the way that I'm putting it out there is super digestible for people, kind of like what you just mentioned. Like, you know, it's not overcomplicated. I feel like I try and make it funny sometimes, because there's a lot of funny parts in Dragon Ball, and I think we can make a lot of fun of a lot of it as well. So why not do that? You know, so
we're going to get there too.
But yeah, it was just more about having fun. That's actually really it. I just want to have fun. And I love it that much that it can be fun, you know?
And that's like, that's a really good point too, because sometimes when it comes to shows like this, right, it feels almost as if people take it too seriously. Like if there's something that's like maybe slightly different than the manga, or if, I mean, at this point, we just think Toriyama just forgets everything he's done in the past, because he always comes up with a way that just totally contradicts what storyline he had probably put out prior to that. But, you know, I think the world needs more of just the simplistic, fun nature of discussing our favorite things. I mean, we see it with sports now, where nobody enjoys the sports. Everyone is just trying to get their agenda pushed. They're trying to be right on something, whether it's a positive or negative outcome for their team. And I think it's similar in like the anime, manga, when people discuss those things, because everybody wants to be so accurate to the source, where it's almost to the point that they don't even feel comfortable just having a casual conversation about it. And I think that, you know, seeing your content and seeing how you talk about it is the same way how we want to, because I mean, not everything has to be super analytical and in depth, because I mean, let's be real, like life, there's a lot of complicated things in life. I'm not going to make a show that's based on a guy that came from space with a tail that could transform into a monkey. His hair goes blonde and makes him the most powerful being in the universe. You know, I'm not.
Who doesn't take care of his children?
Yeah. I'm not going to get super heated.
Worst day
about that. But in that same vein, though, like, how would you say that once you started to put your content out publicly, you know, how did you want to really differentiate yourself?
They're just words. They don't control us. They're just words.
Yeah.
Just make them up as you go.
Yeah. Because like the same thing with podcasts, and I say this all the time, that my friend had always said that once the podcast surge happened, it's like, oh, let's start a band. So, you know, in the same way that people pick up the mic or pick up a camera and they want to record videos, but what was like your creative process once you started to get into it and were like, you know what, let's make this a thing?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's a great question because the process, I'll tell you how the process looks of me making something. It goes, remember that scene where Gohan, like, smashed Majin Buu in the face for, like, 10 minutes and then got absorbed? I'm going to make a video out of that. That's how it goes. Because, like, I have, I remember these cool scenes and I'm like, shit, that was so cool. Sorry, pardon my French, but I'm like, that was so cool.
Oh, no, please. We're a cuss-friendly podcast. Fire away.
Well, good. But yeah, and then I'm like, I need people to see this. And, when I'm talking to people about Dragon Ball, I can almost barely contain myself. That's why I was like so excited to do this with you guys. My friends, bless their souls, they're sick of listening to me. My mother, she goes, "Oh, that's really lovely, dear." But you can see they're sick of listening to me, and I'll still talk about it though. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like how, or who wants to see this? You guys probably want to see this, and I'm going to say this as well. I have an angle where I'm a female, and there's no harm in capitalizing on that, I don't think. It does come with its costs, but I think it also comes with its benefits, and some people are more willing to engage in a conversation with me about Dragon Ball. Some people are more wanting to, like you said, Trav, get real analytical and, no, she's wrong about that. No, it happened like this in the manga, and no, it happened like this here, and actually this power scat, blah, blah, blah. And, whereas again, when I come back to the base of it, I'm trying to have fun. And so, when you ask how am I trying to differentiate, I think that's really it. If I think about it, which I obviously haven't thought about it on any great scale, I just want it to be fun. And I did make like a Vegeta power scaling video on YouTube. We all know like scouter readings have been outdated since mid-Z kind of thing. But I still use them. It's been a minute, but I still use them, and I put it out there and in the description because I kind of preemptively thought maybe someone will come along and get bothered by this because I've used sort of scouter, quote unquote, scouter readings. And so I just thought, hey, I like to have fun with Dragon Ball. So let's have some fun talking about Vegeta's power levels. And again, when I break it down or when I come down to it, that's all it should be. That's all it really needs to be. As you said, it's a guy who turns into a monkey, for God's sake. He turns yellow, blue, red, silver. We got purple,
waiting for green. Waiting for green is next.
Exactly. We got all the colors. We've got the rainbow happening, and power scaling's out there.
Super Saiyan Roy G. Biv.
Facts.
It just needs to be fun. It just needs to be fun. That's all. So maybe I'm trying to re-inject some fun into the Dragon Ball community.
I love that.
And on that topic, real quick, do you feel sometimes that you need to have a certain chip on your shoulder because you are a female entering a male-dominated space?
By 1 second.
You beat him.
1 second.
I mean, yes and no. I come from a lifetime of being in male-dominated places. I used to work in a timber yard where we cut up trees, things like that. I've been a personal trainer.
I know a few former lumberjacks, and they've all mentioned that like they've never been in better shape in their life than the time that they did that. And I was like, yeah, you got it.
Well, sure.
You got it.
I mean, I'd never be able to have these nails doing it now, but I did it back then, and
in another life,
hard work and dedication there.
In another life,
yeah, no, it was very difficult. So, but having said that, like I say, it's very male dominated. I was one of 2 women in this entire timber yard, so maybe I'm a little bit used to it, and maybe I kind of just railroad my way through, or bulldoze my way through, and kind of like if you have a problem with me or something like that, that's okay. That's kind of more of a you problem than a me problem. But having said that, I think I do need to be a little bit more alert, so to speak. Like I said before, some people are very willing or very wanting to kind of have an argument with me, and that is a strong assumption. I'm not saying everyone is or anything like that, or everyone's got something against me, but I do have to be a little bit more alert. Yeah, because I can get spoken to pretty badly in the comments section, and I'm like, hey man, hold up, It's not happening around here.
Hey man,
You know?
it's beautiful outside. Step out real quick.
I'm about to say, it's really nice when you
enjoy the
get
day.
outside your head. Like, it's really nice out here. Look, Trav will tell you, anybody sends you 2 crazy comments, send them to me. I don't go out looking for conflict, but when it finds me, boy, do I participate.
Oh, I love that.
And you kind of answered a part of my question. That Crab. Who's Crab? The crusty crab. It's the Nickelodeon again, bro. I'm
telling you, man.
Coming full circle, baby. coming full circle. But you had mentioned, being a female, like in this industry with like, this market and whatnot, and also doing it the way that you're doing it, which is different from everybody else. Along the lines of you just doing it because you want to inject fun back into Dragon Ball, and this is your passion, and you really like speaking about it. Is there a part of you, whether it's like you're gonna grow into it, or you don't think about it, or like this is why? Do you like kind of feel that responsibility of kind of being that beacon of light for females who might want to like follow behind you?
You know what? If I am that, I am not mad about it. I will happily take that torch and, I guess, I don't want to say lead the way, but, pave a path, if you will. Someone did comment on one of my YouTube videos and said, welcome, we needed a female weeb in the community. And I was like, I have arrived, I'm here. And
That's
I'm here.
probably like
I'm
one of
here
the
to
highest
stay.
compliments you could get in this culture.
Yep.
Agreed. I really did take it real. I was proud, I was like, cool. Again, not that I set out to do anything like that, but I'll be that pioneer. We all should be able to enjoy
flowers while they're still here. So
big facts. And it's that's really why I really wanted to ask that question, because I love how whether it's what me and Trav are doing or what you're doing, that we've kind of all met in the same place. But it's like maybe like our motives were different, but I like how we still got here because, me and Trav have been very vocal. Like we started this with the intention to like have that conversation of, like minorities who are like really knowledgeable about, just nerd stuff in general, or just being more welcoming and opening to, people who didn't grow up like in anime and want to try to do it now. Because, we talked about it, like that not typical, but like the old school anime fan who doesn't want new people to come in. So it's like, no, mine. Like, so like we've had that conversation like, hey, we want to be the representation that we don't see. So like we got into this with the purpose of kind of being that light. And that's why I wanted to ask you, because like I can tell that you're just like loving what you're doing. Not to say that me and Trav don't, but like I can tell that you're loving what you're doing. And I can tell naturally, because you're so into what you're doing and like you say everything you say with such conviction and passion for the product, that naturally people are going to start like rallying behind what you're doing. Like, hey, I feel this way too. Finally, someone who feels like me. Like, I've always wondered why Frieza busts caps in people's ass for no reason. And this is someone who verbalizes it the way that I would have verbalized it. So, but I love that you're getting that, as you're doing it. Like you're getting like that validation for people saying like, yo, this is dope what you're doing. I've been waiting for this. Like I'm waiting for this my whole life. Because me and Trav.
Well,
oh no, go ahead.
Carry on. Well, I think as well, like on Instagram, right? My biggest audience is male. 97% of viewers are male, and so it's a really small minority that are actually female. So even if it's not kind of paving the path for females to feel okay liking anime, maybe it's paving a path for just everyone to feel okay liking it. I have had people, even at this age, I'm in my 30s, I have had people say to me, oh, that's just a kid's show.
You
and
watch your mouth.
You want to fight me? I'll fight you.
Let me show you what I learned from this kid's show.
I know how to do a Kamehameha, motherfucker.
Like don't move. I'll be right there. Like don't move.
Exactly.
Flash you right off this damn planet.
And it needs to right into space. But it needs to be more okay for all of us. And like we've talked about this whole, conversation here, back in the day, it was very niche. It was very, there's a small community that liked it. It has become more common and more, accepted for people to like anime. And there's a lot of younger kids that are getting into it. And that's great. Like, welcome, like join us kind of thing. But I don't want anyone to ever feel like there's something wrong with them because they like anime.
Facts. That's great. And kind of in a weird, not weird, but in a way, you being a female that does this, that has a predominantly male audience, I kind of take that as you putting on for women, that you can like hold men's attention in talking about a topic that isn't typically talked about female. Because I would think that being able to do that crossover is the victory. Because like if you were just doing this, and maybe if like the majority of your audience were females, like a skeptic could be like, oh, of course she has female listeners because she's a woman. Like, so, they might try to like dim your shine. But the fact that you're able to like hold male attention and keep that as like your core fan base, like that's a win in itself. It's like I came in not being relatable to you guys because like I'm a different gender, and here you are, and here we all are enjoying all this stuff together. Because it's like the same with me and Trav, like for funny enough, for Instagram, the majority of the people that interact with us on Instagram are females. So it's funny. It's like the exact opposite. Like when we like ran the numbers. Yeah, when we ran the numbers, well, shout outs to Yali, all caps, our executive producer, where she like, does like the numbers and stuff to see like our engagement. She was like, yeah, it's mostly women, so we just need to put y'all faces out there more. And we're like, that's fine. Like, that's fine. Pimp us out for exposure. It is what
it is, man.
Look at us, just a couple of kids in their 30s talking about a kid's show. Look at us.
Yeah, right?
Which, you walked into something here. Which,
we do this on purpose.
I don't know how you feel, Bex, but and granted, that maybe this is how they're making their money. But if the reason why we no longer see any blood, we almost see like too much of a innocence in Dragon Ball Super, and a lot of it has to do with it has the Sunday kids cartoon 9:30 slot. And I just wish that, and Dragon Ball is such a cash cow that I just wish that they did the old Cartoon Network days format where you got the edited version in the morning and then Adult Swim Toonami uncut version later on. I mean, like, to your point, Matt, most of the fans of Dragon Ball are our age
Still
or older, It's because I just think it would be so hard to bring in, well, not so hard, but like if a new fan is coming in and doesn't have like someone either guiding them on what has happened or what is happening, or if they just do their own search, it's not like you're just going to hop in the middle of the moral arc and be like, oh, all right, I know exactly what you're going to be like. Yo, why is there a goat sucking people off? Pause. Like what is like?
Especially because the middle should have been the end, so they'd be like, "What's happening here, bro?"
Yeah, like so. It's crazy to me. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, there's people that want to see Dragon Ball go like really, really dark. I mean, at the essence of it, it's a shonen. It's never. It would actually feel weird if it went like Attack on Titan type dark. You know what I'm saying? So, but we could use a little. And you know what? We're not even looking for. At least I'm not looking for like dark. I just want like better
what
writing.
We used to have
better fleshed out storyline. So, but yeah, I mean, I think at times I sometimes will watch Super, thinking to myself, well, I'm just such a Dragon Ball mega fan because with all the anime that is out right now, sometimes just, man, this is just so kiddie. This is very kiddie. I mean, I love it. I love the franchise, but I'm just like, can we get a Toonami back in Japan or something so that you guys can get a, we have adult eyes now. We can get into R-rated movies. It's okay.
And if you really think about it, and again, we all love Dragon Ball, so that's why we can all be, critical and speak about it objectively. If you really think about what Dragon Ball Super has been, they've only attempted to give us one storyline and it fell flat because like the Tournament of Power was just fighting. There's no arc, there's no storyline, there's no like progression that needed to be done. You just had to fight.
Go back to the bread and butter.
Yeah, you just had to fight. And then obviously, you know, the resurrection at Frieza was the movie. They just expanded it into episode form. Like that Goku Black saga was really Dragon Ball Super's only attempt at telling a story. Boy, did they start off strong. Goddamn, did they fumble the bag? Like,
yo, okay, I gotta ask everybody on the line. How, like, what, and especially for me, what range of emotions were going through your bodies when Bulma was killed? Right in front of Trunks' eyes.
Oh, at the very start?
Yeah.
Man, because I knew that was our Trunks, like future Trunks, yes. Our guy. That shit hurt.
My
bro.
guy.
Like, that shit hurt, bro. The blue hair. I will say this, and I know why the blue hair versus the purple hair. Like I get the why, but it's still a part of me couldn't connect with him as much because the blue hair, it threw me. Like I knew that was him, like because you know they did the flashback panels to make us know that it was him. Like I get it, that's our guy, you know. And even the explanation, like sometimes when you get older your hair changes color. It's like even the explanation was such bullshit, but I was just like
it's so wrong. It's so wrong.
It was such bullshit. Me and Trav, we ranted about like the blue hair versus the purple hair. Bulma's hair was purple in the manga, that's why they made it purple in the anime, but then now they wanted to do the blue to match her blue. Whatever, don't care. It made it difficult for me to connect with him. And then there's like the bandana. I was like, okay.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, but Bulma dying right out the gate, that was crazy. But like we said, like even the mystery behind who Goku Black was still good. Like all of that. You know what checked me out? When they got their ass whooped the second time and went back to the past to regroup to go back to the future, I was like, all right, this is Dragon now. This is Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm done. I'm done. Like, let's just get to the end of this, bro. Like, what are we really doing right now? But Trav has had a personal vendetta against the end of the Goku Black saga since that happened.
I can see why. You'd feel that way. And as we know, everyone's entitled to their feelings when it comes to Dragon Ball. I mean, when Bulma died, though, am I the only person that was like, fucking finally, like...
She keeps dodging bullets. Bulma don't ever die.
How this bitch has survived Namek. She's survived everything. Like, holy damn! And
her one death was when Boo did the extension move, so that don't count because everybody died. I'm not even counting that.
Exactly. She ain't had no real. In fact, she's more immortal than any of them. Like, how is this even possible?
Facts.
And that Bulma too didn't have the Dragon Ball to just you know what the new Bulma does and just makes herself look younger and stuff like that.
That's facts. Yes.
I wish I had some Dragon Balls, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that Bulma definitely went through all the shit.
Yeah, the Dragon Balls right now, what would be your 3 wishes?
Oh my god, my 3 wishes.
I forgot upgraded Shenron got 3 now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, bro.
Okay. Holy hell, this is so much. Okay.
Just put you on the spot.
It's like concerning how quickly I would bring Vegeta to life. Like, it's wrong. It's wrong. Go. It shouldn't be that quick in my brain that I would do
like,
that.
You
and it's not just
now.
because of this. Yeah, you live with me now? I'm not as rich as Bulma, but you can live with me. It's going to be fine. I'll feed you. I'd wish for that. I would obviously wish for like millions of dollars.
Of course.
And then I would essentially be Bulma, wouldn't I? If that was the case. And then I would.
You live with Vegeta, millions of dollars. Yeah, you're Bulma. Just be Bulma. Just wish for Bulma to be Bulma.
Yeah.
I was like, are you just so jealous of Bulma that you just
it's beef.
You got beef?
Make no mistake. I never willed her to die. I do like her. I like her. I think she's pretty
wow,
cool.
you are Zamasu. This is crazy.
We figured you out.
We're not talking to Vex, we're talking to Zamasu.
We figured you out.
Damn it. You figured out my plan.
That's why she's struggling with what her wishes are. She already made them. She's deceiving us right now.
They're just already there in my prefrontal cortex. They're just ready to go. I feel like my 3rd one would be something noble, you know, an Android 17 type situation. I don't know, make everyone peaceful because there's too much toxicity in this world. And that sounds really cliche, but I really do think
I love that.
Everybody would do that. I think most people, I don't know what the verbiage would be, because like my conspiracy theory brain feels like if you were to ask like the wish for like, oh, I want world peace, like what would have to happen to create world peace? Like, do they like eliminate some people, like just like zap them away so they can't cause problems no more? I'm like, well, what does that look like? Like, I don't know, like what would have to happen to like make world peace happen. I was like, I don't want that responsibility, because like if I go to sleep and wake up and it's a whole new world, I'm like, oh shit, whoops. Right. you go to call one of like your friends who's like a super douchebag, and he's not doesn't exist anymore. It's like, damn. sorry, Brad. I didn't know you were part of the problem.
You have like access to like there's like the lost files that like list like people that you once knew that were then eliminated because they were
part of the problem.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what? Why did he get eliminated? Oh, in 10 years he's gonna do that. Oh, yeah, he needs to go.
or like you accidentally eliminate yourself. It's like, oh shit.
Like, I was the problem. Like, oh shit.
Damn, I really need to check myself.
You know, you was out here causing havoc, bro. Like, shit. Oh, whoops.
That one time I was in the comment section.
Didn't think that one through.
It's like, I was gonna delete it yesterday too. Damn it.
It was a drunk tweet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to. It was just once.
I didn't mean it. I didn't. I think
Bex, you want to have real fun with it and let's just get real nerdy about Dragon Ball.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Well, we'll start off with just an easy one. Your top favorite arcs. Your top 3 favorite arcs, I should say.
Oh, damn. Okay. At the very top, Majin Vegeta.
Okay.
And I am going to say Majin Vegeta was an arc inside of the Majin Buu saga.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And if that's not accepted by anyone, then okay, the Majin Buu saga overall. Okay, hang on. Let me go back, actually.
No, stand on your truth. It's okay.
I mean, I do like other parts of the Majin Buu saga a lot. I like Vegito, I like Gotenks, I like, the hyperbolic time chamber situation, I like Evil Buu, I like the Planet of the Kais. I actually really, really, really stan Ultimate Gohan. I think he is tops. I think he's so cool.
That was one of the most dopest intros, like
for one episode. For one episode.
See you later. We don't need you anymore.
Give him one episode.
So yeah, the Majin Buu saga overall solid, so solid, and coming off the back of the Cell saga, the way it did. Although we obviously have a time skip in there, but the way that it all unfolded was incredible. The section on Barbari's ship with Vegeta's fight with, how do you even say it?
Poi Poi. That's one of my favorite Vegeta moments of all time. That Poi Poi fight, love it.
So cool. Love it. Vegeta, at the end of the Cell saga was so beaten down mentally, and then coming into that Majin arc like it did, and when he had that particular fight, he was overpowered. And I loved that for him. I was like, oh, thank God they gave him a moment. He needed that so badly.
And then they snatch it away.
yeah, but you don't need that for long, Vegeta. Just don't get used to it. Don't get too comfortable.
This is just a test run. You got to return to a dealership afterwards.
Yeah. We're gonna
you took it off the lot. Oh, it depreciated in value. Sorry. Our bad. But yeah, the Majin Buu arc was really good. The Majin Buu arc had mad super slept on fights. Cause I love the Spopovich versus Videl fight. That's probably like, it's up there in like one of my best fights. Cause it's like the fact that Videl doesn't have energy blasts and stuff like that, it felt like a throwback Dragon Ball tournament fight. Cause it was just fight. Like there wasn't energy blasts, wasn't power ups and stuff like that. Like and then she got her ass whooped. Like that shit was hard to watch.
I really wanted Gohan to just beat the fuck.
Yeah, the fact that he never got to have that moment that did suck.
That would have been such a badass moment for Gohan if he just went in and just started like not like one shot him, like just
tearing his ass like Broly did Frieza.
Yeah,
just slapping him up.
Slapping him.
Yeah.
like that fight was is super slept on. Gohan versus what's my man's name? King of Hell. Totally Deborah. That was a hidden gem. That was a good one too. Cause that one was like, cause Gohan, I'm not a Gohan fan. Never been a Gohan fan. You know, I hate Goku, so it just like trickles down to his son. Sorry. Like, he get residual hate.
Just hate them.
yeah. Like, no, Goten's my guy. Like, I fuck with Goten.
Oh, nice.
Like, that's the boy. Cause Little Trunks, I love Little Trunks. Cause we talked about this. Best of the Boys is my favorite Dragon Ball Z fight of all time. Little Trunks versus Little Goten when they were fought in the youth tournament. That is my favorite Dragon Ball Z episode.
Is that right?
That is my favorite Dragon Ball Z fight. Like because it not only do I love it, it has sentimental value. So I'll never forget. So we have a video store called Suncoast Videos. We mentioned Suncoast Videos probably once an episode. If they still existed, they would have had to have sponsored us, but they went out of business a long time ago. But that was basically like our video store in Philly or just Pennsylvania, maybe the East Coast. I don't know if it was everywhere, if it was like a chain that had anime VHSs and whatnot. And at the time, pre this fateful day, you know, we were, like Trav was saying, we were watching Dragon Ball Z on Cartoon Network. And I want to say this was before the Cell saga had started. And Cartoon Network, and Trav can attest to this, used to do this really weird thing where before they had more episodes come out, they would just like take you to a certain point and just restart Dragon Ball Z. Like, it would like get up to like a certain point and then it would just take you all the way back. And he like, the hell just happened? Like, we was just about to fight some androids. Why Raditz showing back up again? So, and it would do it for like probably 3 years. It would like take you all the way back, or it would like take you back to like the Namek saga, and then you would go up to when Frieza showed up, and then it would do it again. So I remember I was at Suncoast Video, and I had seen the cover of that episode. They would sell them like you had the DVDs. They would like be like, you know, 4 episodes per DVD and stuff like that. And I remember seeing that cover, and it was Little Trunks versus Little Goten, and I had known who Future Trunks was, and I was like, the hell is this? I was like, I didn't know that Dragon Ball Z had like been going on since, you know, this was before I think I was like mentally aware that Dragon Ball Z had been out for like decades before it made it to America. I thought we were kind of all lined up. We were all watching the same thing. So seeing like this little Goku, this little Trunks, I was like, who are these guys? So I bought it and popped the DVD in. You know, that's kind of like the beginning to mid of the Majin Buu saga. Like that was like we had passed all like the Goten stuff and this, that, and the third, Gohan in high school stuff. So it was like seeing these two kids, and then I watched it, and like Gohan was grown up. I was like, what have I been missing? Dragon Ball Z's been doing all this really dope stuff. So yeah, that fight is definitely tops for me for sure. But you gave us Majin Buu saga. So what's your number 2? Where you going second?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, obviously, yeah, Majin Buu saga, super good. I think my second favorite arc would be the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super. And naturally, you know, we've got a lot of Dragon Ball Super, I guess, haters, if you will. Well, there's a very clear divide, anyway, between Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z fans. And I think there's a minority that very much enjoy both. And I just like Dragon Ball so much that I like all of it. But I like the Tournament of Power because of how tops the animation was. I think it was just out the gate. It was really, really good. And I like everyone that was in it. I like Jiren. I liked that Frieza was in it. I liked Frieza's personality in it. I liked the rules of the Tournament of Power, how they couldn't fly, they couldn't use restoratives. I liked that, you know, we fought against the Universe 6 Saiyans as well, albeit I don't like them very much.
They were underwhelming, weren't they?
Very much.
Hopefully when Vegeta finally goes back, they'll be better. However that looks.
Fingers and hope for that. Oh,
isn't that what being a Dragon Ball fan of today's product is now? You just cross your fingers and hope.
Yeah. These guys, please, Toyotaro and Toriyama, please for us. Look, if you're listening.
What was your favorite moment in the Tournament of Power? Like, did you have like that was it?
Dare I be cliche and say Ultra Instinct? maybe the I think it was the second time Goku went Ultra Instinct Sign against Kefla, and
the skateboard Kamehameha. When he surfed on the
glide.
thing. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was so dope, and his roar, and he just, pardon my French again, but he gave no fucks. He just was so sick of her shit, and he just wanted her gone. And he did that with that Kamehameha, and it was such a satisfying moment. So I think that was probably my favorite, and if I'm allowed a second favorite, it would be Vegeta versus Toppo.
Blue Evolution?
My man took down a god of destruction. Goku never did that.
Exactly.
Beers reacts
cool
regularly.
How cool did you guys think the interactions that everyone had in the very beginning with just seeing when Frieza and Frost had their little interaction? That was cool. I liked I wish we had more of that.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I also really like when they were gathering at Capsule Corp, and Frieza turns up and everyone's there, and it was a very eerily, kind of anticipating feeling that we had watching it, because we knew what was about to happen. We knew how high the stakes were, and I really enjoyed that part of it. Master Roshi being there, Yamcha being there, being kind of like, they just didn't invite me because I'm too powerful.
Fucking Yamcha.
They really missed the ball of, well, obviously we'll get to the end of the Goku Blackheart, but it would have just kept future Trunks in the present. Can you imagine how the interaction, how pissed Frieza would be to see him, because that was the last person. Well, before he came back and
killed him. Yeah. Frieza like, nope, I can't do this. I'm
out. I don't care about your universe.
He sees the sword.
He just started freaking out. Like, oh,
I'm
shit.
good.
Agony.
So you mean to tell me he probably got stronger too? Yeah, no, I'm cool.
Yeah, no, I'm out. He's like,
his
hair color's different, but I'm out.
You don't need me. You don't need me. Or he got blue hair now? I don't like that.
He's like, wait, the last time I saw you, the only sword you had was just the one on your back. And if I'm remembering correctly, you had a giant fucking energy sword.
Yeah, that shit didn't glow last time.
That just sliced through a Kai. Hey Goku, I'm good. Good luck in the tournament.
Send me
you
back.
mean to tell me you got a spirit sword up in here?
Yeah.
No.
He said, put me back in my teddy bear tree, please. Like, I'm cool. I don't want no parts. All right, so what's your third one? Your third favorite Dragon Ball Z arc?
Goku Black.
Really?
There, I said it. Yeah.
Plot twist.
It's out in the open.
No, let me put it out there. I loved most of the arc, but then the ending had just.
What's the problem with the ending? Tell me.
We're here. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
So first off, my guy Trunks has the worst life. He did not win. His universe got erased from existence. And the solve was now he has to live in an alternate timeline with a duplicate of himself and Mai. And obviously his mom is still there, but it would have been the perfect opportunity to just keep Trunks in the past. At least his version of himself is 30 years younger, 20 years, whatever it is. The gap is big enough where they're basically two different people.
Yeah.
But also too, if you didn't want to necessarily just, all right, let's just bring Trunks back into the Z Fighters again, this would have been the perfect opportunity to also kind of blend the video games and say, all right, Trunks,
make him a time cop.
Yeah, since you've been violating the time and space, the Supreme Kai of Time could have came in like, your punishment is that you now have to work with me and to atone for your sins. And that would have been the best way to and then you could have went so many different ways with different storylines instead of just having some retreat stories that happen. But when they said, no, we'll just take you to another timeline. And I just felt, well, one, when Zamasu won, and he can't even, like, he's just now placed in this alternate timeline. And I just think that's a sad, like, it's happy but sad at the same time. Like, at least he has connections with the people in the past. At least he, like, knows them. He's just there. Like,
you making me think about this. The sadness is just like, since he's like the bonus Trunks, I just feel a world where that Bulma just doesn't love him as much. She's like, I got my son. Like, he been here. It's like a stepson, but it is her son. I just feel a world.
And also,
where
like, now Bulma is used to having two Trunks as well, so it would have just made sense. She's already like, oh, I know you, and I know the small one, so let's just carry on like that. Right.
Exactly. And Trav, we had talked about this before, just on like a logical standpoint. Beerus was pissed that they were fucking with the timeline. Like, he was just like, yo, I'm about to delete y'all if y'all keep playing with this timeline. Don't come back. Like, I will destruct you if you come back. Then the solution be like, here, let's just dump you off in another timeline. No repercussions. It's fine.
Get out.
Remember how mad I was that you were just coming back to like warn us? Yeah, no, like, this is fine. Go be with another version of you. Like, even though every time travel movie ever says don't ever talk to your other self. That's like time travel rule number one.
Has pissed me off. They've had 2 opportunities now to then help Trunks find new Namek, so he can at least wish some people back. Or the Super Dragon Ball is like, yo, help my guy out. Like,
facts.
His universe, his world could be saved. So and also too, he doesn't even know that Broly is on planet Vampa. Like, he could have Broly with him, and at least it's just him and Broly's a tank. Yo.
It's true. You're not wrong.
Or even past that, like, our Bulma, Universe 7 Bulma, been, getting like eyelash extensions and butt lifts. Like, she could have been like, yo, can we bring back Universe 6 unfucked up, please? Or Trunks is like, all right, like, let me just use one of my wishes. Like, hey, my future son, he been going through it. Can you like fix his shit, please? Like,
just one time.
Because I'm like, Universe 7
I don't ask for much.
Yeah, Universe 7 Bulma, like, she basically is hunting the Dragon Balls like uncontested regularly. Like, no, like, you have the Dragon Radar, so you don't gotta search, you just gotta wait that 1 year. No one else is looking for them things anymore. So it's like, you can just go grab them repeatedly. Help your son out. Jeez. He's over here he's over here fighting for affection from his other mom. That's not his mom, but it is his mom. Like, he's going through it right now.
He's had 3 moms at this point.
At least he's got a 60-something-year-old Mai. Like, I don't know, man. It's all wrong.
He said, "Take your wins where you can get them."
Right?
That's true. That is true.
Mortals, listen up. It's your god of destruction, Beerus here. Subscribe and follow the Dragon Ball for Life podcast, or else you shall be erased from existence. Hakai.
It did end terribly. You are right.
It started off so strong. Like, it was like, even like the mystery and like trying to figure out, like you said, like how Goku Black is Goku Black, why there are 2 Zamasus, like everything. It was super strong. It's just that final act, man. Like, even Super Saiyan Rose, like, that was fire. Like,
I will
so
say,
cool.
When Trunks gets Super Saiyan Rage, that might be one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, that shit was lit.
Yeah, it was quite good, actually. It was quite good. With the white eyeballs, Broly looking motherfucker. Yeah, it was quite good.
I was like, all right, Trunks back. Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to have back. Oh, whoops. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Look, he inherited that from his dad. He's like, we'll give you one moment, but then we take it away.
Would have been nice to see Super Saiyan Rage in the Tournament of Power, but
You know.
It'd be true.
Shin is the worst Kai of all time. Yo. He's just trash. Like nothing. Like there's no redeeming qualities about his job as a Kai, as a Supreme Kai at that. Like he's trash. Like, he's a terrible scout. he didn't bring up no like, hey, we don't have to like try to stack our team with TN and Master Roshi. We got you. Like there's this planet like that has this guy. I got you.
Yeah. This other guy over here. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Yeah. He said I did a search. Not a lot of people. Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. I feel like Supreme Kai, like even the Elder Kai gets bothered by him. Like when he hadn't heard of Ultra Instinct and Shin's like, what is this? And Grand Kai's just
you
like,
are embarrassing me in front of my friends.
yeah, what? Man, you're too young for this job or something. Like, get out. Get out of my seat.
Baby. He's a nepo baby. It has to be. but even seeing the other Kais from like the other universes who like they seem like they be on their shit. Like, they're like, oh y'all be putting in work. Like, but then our Kai, like, what do you do?
Like, yeah, what do you do, guy? Like okay, so you showed us Martian. Okay, thanks. I guess like you kind of got worse after you showed up.
It just reminds me of when when in the Majin Buu saga when him and Piccolo got lined up and Piccolo had like a panic attack. Oh, what's he doing here? I forfeit. And it's like, oh, this dude's an issue. And like 2 episodes later, he's a little whiny bitch.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Talking about how Vegeta can't be poi poi. Like, shut up.
Yes, stop talking. Man. And like when Goku stepped to him at the, tournament, I guess that was still ongoing when Vegeta was already Majin and he just had blown up thousands of people.
Love that part.
I was like, thank God, like Goku's putting him in his place. And although that's like he should get arrested for doing that, on the Dragon Ball Z rules, like that's big bad. Like don't do that, Goku. But he did that, and it was just good. You put him in his place, show him who's boss, because we all know how weak he is. We thought he was going to be strong, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We thought he was all powerful,
supreme in his name. Like,
in the title.
He's going to be strong.
And how is his life? How is Beerus' life contingent upon his? Like,
that's the funny part. It's so. And I feel like Supreme Kai almost like. This could just be my headcanon, but I feel like he's got such a self-protection mechanism. He doesn't want to, insert himself into any real danger, and I felt that slightly in the Majin Buu saga, especially the beginning. Although he was on the ship with them, he really didn't want to be there, and he really didn't want to engage, in anything. Although it said that he could have beaten Namek Frieza, so that is quite strong. But he just sort of doesn't want to. Whether or not it's because he's scared. Bullshit. I call bullshit.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, show us then. Show us. I
mean, the fact that no other Supreme Kai, speaking of aliases, because we always full circle, no other Supreme Kai gets called by their government name. He's the only one that gets called by his first name. Everybody else gets their respected title in their world.
They said, here comes Shin.
Yeah, look at Shin. Here comes Shin.
Damn it, he's coming to fuck about it.
Here comes Shitty Shin. Shitty Shin.
They're like, oh, pretend like we're talking about something else. Quick, here comes Shin.
Yeah, quick. Don't look at him.
Don't tell them about the party.
And is it just me, or do you guys think he should have came up with a better plan of trying to locate Babidi than letting people get their energy drained? But then when they go to the ship, he's like, no, we can't contribute more energy to Majin Buu. Then why? Then why was that your plan A?
Not only that, the whole top half of the damn ship was sticking out of the ground. This shit was not hard to find.
It's right there, man.
It was right there. And it wasn't like it was even like tucked in a forest. It was like barren wasteland ship. It's like, oh, that? Like, we didn't need you. We could have found this.
And how is he the Supreme Kai and doesn't know how strong anyone is? Like, he's like, wow, like he's shocked to see how powerful the Saiyans are, and it's like, bro,
what do you be
what
watching?
Are you doing?
Like, what channel is your orb on?
You've been paying attention this whole time. It's been quite a few years, Shin. Like, things have happened.
Like,
Sure, Beerus has been sleeping. He's got an excuse not to know about it, but you do not. You literally have a planet where you can see everything from.
in your entire universe.
The whole thing. You could even talk to 4 other Kais about it, but no.
Like, yeah, what's going on over there on the east? What's going on over there, east side of the universe?
Guys look good.
It's crazy over there.
No, well, actually, we've got Frieza over here. Oh shit! Oh, I can actually beat him.
Damn, good luck, bro.
You know what I would have? You know what I would have loved to have seen in like the Majin Buu saga? Like, plot protection. There just happened to be the exact amount of enemies for him not to have to fight. What if there was like one more level, and there's like, "Are you next?" And he'd be like, "No." No, I'm not.
Actually, I got some of the things I had planned.
It was like, yeah, we saw how you had Piccolo shook, so you could fight. So you up, right? You next?
Are we sure?
I just ate 30 minutes ago. I'm a cramp up. Yo, give me like 30, and I got I had way too much water. I've been having like this back thing going on. Like, I don't know what it is.
It's crazy because it's like you see in the Majin Buu saga, the Kais fought Buu at one point. Then in the Moro saga,
Shin was not part of that fight. Shin was not in that fight at all.
Where that motherfucker?
He was book smart, not street smart.
That's what it seems like.
But he's not even book smart.
I'm about to say not even that.
Oh my god, it's actually
he's got so much wrong. He's gotten so much wrong.
But again, like, does he have that self-protection mechanism out of maybe doesn't want Beerus to die? Maybe likes Beerus a lot as a friend? I don't know. They hate each other. Never mind.
No, Beerus definitely hates
Nothing checks out. Nothing checks out.
Yo, and then it's just like, thinking about the tournament of power, it's implied, like it was never said, like I feel like all the other Supreme Kais, they put together their teams. Shin didn't put together this team at all. Like,
nah, man.
Goku drafted his whole squad. Like,
yeah. He literally was like, you know what? You do that, Goku. I don't trust myself with this power to select a team. It's actually entirely on you.
Even
you
though
seem
I can
trustworthy and
see,
smart, Goku.
Even though I can see places you can't see, you figure it out. You got it, bro.
So you fought all these people. I'm sure you know some guys.
You said I trust you. Like every
literally
other
brings
Kai,
back Frieza from the dead. Like, okay.
Every other Supreme Kai was like, oh yeah, we fighting. Oh yeah, I got my 10. Like, we good. Like, we can do this right now. Like, y'all ready now?
Yeah, we ready, man. We ready. Except for that one really, really stressed out Kai. I can't remember what universe he was from. He was very funny. I thought he was. Remember when he tried to like gather all the Kais and be like, let's just erase Universe 7.
Hold up. Time out. Frieza. It took Namek 86 episodes to blow up in what was supposed to be 5 minutes, so let's take our time with this one. And we'll see you next week on Dragon Ball for Life. Dodon Ray. Pow.
This is All for One. All is well, for I am here. And you've been listening to the Dragon Ball for Life podcast. Now, do it again.